Yeah, Carey. Just meet me at the counter.
All right, man. I'll see you in a minute. I can't find my key.
I'm singing on the heist. I'm singing on the heist.
What a glorious feeling. I'm happy again.
I'm laughing at the camera so high up above. I'll take all this stuff in my bag I will shove. Let my sticky hands take everything in this place. And I'm cracking this safe with a smile on my face.
I walk down the lane with a happy refrain. Singing, singing on the...
What did you steal?
I didn't steal anything. I was just singing on call with you.
I got all this stuff.
I just lost my keys. You were robbing my store?
It's another episode of an hour feature presentation with another exciting film.
I'm Carey Williams. Will you play Nintendo with me?
I'm Josh Sanchez. I can't think of anyone I'd rather play Nintendo with. A former burglar just released from prison gets roped back into high-stakes theft with melodic results. This next film is Hudson Hawk.
Hudson Hawk released May 24th in 1991 with a budget of $65 million. It had an opening weekend of $7 million and went on to gross $7.2 million in US and Canada and $97 million worldwide.
Principal photography began in July 9, 1990, where a cast and crew gathered in front of a correctional film facility to film the scene in which Hawk is first released from prison. From there, the film company moved to New York City area. For the next 3 weeks, streets within the metropolis, as well as several New Jersey and Brooklyn sites, served as backdrops for the production.
Before Bruce Willis became a full-time actor, he had worked at a bar in New York City. One of the regulars at the bar was Robert Kraft, who worked with Willis on putting a song together called The Hudson Hawk, with Kraft being inspired by a strong wind that blew from the Hudson River across Manhattan in the fall. Eventually, when Willis became a star, he went back to the idea of doing a super sleuth film, one that Kraft thought could be the anti-James Bond with the potential for follow-up films.
Joe Silver, who had produced Willis with his first 2 Die Hard films, jumped on producing this film. Mariuszka Detmers was originally cast opposite Willis, but suffered a back injury and had to depart the role, which saw Andy MacDowell cast. Michael Lehman, director of films such as Heathers, envisioned Robert E. Grant and Sandra Bernhard as playing maniac villains.
The budget reportedly went from $42 million to around $70 million to go with constant on-set rewriting and rumors of turbulence with producer star Willis. It was shot in Italy, England, and Hungary. Grant, who spent 4 months on the production, wrote about his experiences making the films in this book with nails, listing various stories such as Willis continuously watching his close-ups on the video replay monitors on takes to go with co-star Danny Aiello wanting rewrites for the climax.
That is just crazy. Roger Ebert and Gene Siskel gave the film 2 thumbs down review on their At the Movies TV show. Ebert described the film as a complete disaster. Every line starts from zero and gets nowhere. Siskel's review was marginally more positive, saying that Willis had a few funny moments, and furthermore that the film might have been salvaged if Willis and Aiello had been the only zany characters against a cast of straight men, as opposed to a cast full of overacting where everyone tried too hard to make each line funny. Man,
They just don't like fun in this one, do they?
Bruce Willis also received the story credit. It was his only attempt at screenwriting.
When it came time to cast the film, everyone was in complete agreement about the actor they wanted for Tommy Five-Tone. Danny Aiello and Bruce Willis had known each other for many years, dating back to the time before either had attained worldwide recognition. And Bruce and I had wanted to do a film together for 3 or 4 years, recalls Aiello. The actor was so enthusiastic about taking the role of the Hawk's best friend and partner that he postponed the start of another film in order to join Willis and company in their globe-trotting adventures.
That is just insane.
It is crazy.
Isabella Rossellini was originally cast as Anna Baragli. When the movie was delayed because of scheduling issues, the part was recast with Marushka Detmers. She had to leave after a few days of shooting due to back problems, and Andy MacDowell took her place.
This was the last movie produced by TriStar Pictures before they merged with Columbia Pictures, which was going through similar financial difficulties. Because the film lost so much money, Sony had to salvage TriStar by purchasing its remaining stock and by reorganizing said company as part of the recently formed Sony Pictures Entertainment. One memorable headline summed up the incident: Hawk cooks TriStar's goose.
Oh my gosh.
That's like one of those fictional headlines you see in a movie.
Oh man, yep.
As with United Artists, when they were bought out by MGM, Columbia and TriStar were allowed to keep their own logos and continue making movies under their own names.
Richard E. Grant said that he was offered the chance to play the Sheriff of Nottingham in Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves.
Thank goodness that didn't
I know.
happen.
Straight after he had filmed his scenes in this film, but the director refused to let him take the role as the shooting of this film was so chaotic he needed to be available for reshoots. The part famously went to Alan Rickman instead, which...
Thank goodness.
Oh my gosh, Alan Rickman was...
he is that movie.
He is that movie, yes.
This was the final film to feature William Conrad, who voiced the narrator for this film, as he previously narrated the Rocky and Bullwinkle adventure in The Bullwinkle Show in 1959. He retired after that and died in 1994, 3 years after this film's release.
When Hawk reassembles the reflective mirror device for the gold-making machine, but with one piece missing, this causes it to later on the machine malfunction and splatter Minerva Mayflower with molten metal. It's hard to tell in the film, but the metal is bronze. By removing that one mirror piece, Hawk has made the machine work just as Leonardo da Vinci had intended it to.
And I never noticed that
I
as a
never
kid.
noticed
So
that
that's
either, yeah.
awesome.
Yep,
It's awesome that he basically mistakenly made it work right where Da Vinci couldn't.
The toll booth gag is one of the that registers with veterans of toll road commuters of the day. An amateur always stops to put the coins in the basket, whereas a regular commuter knows how to arrive at the booth at just the right speed and with the distance to toss the coins in order to pass through the gate without stopping. This is particularly funny to those from Chicago, New York, where the toll road traffic tends to be very fast and very hectic.
I don't think I've ever thrown coins hoping that I'll get through the gate
funny.
at the right
That's
time
so
before.
funny. Mm-hmm.
It was the 7th consecutive film scoring assignment for the late Michael Kamen for producer Joel Silver. The other films include Lethal Weapon, Action Jackson with Herbie Hancock, Die Hard, Lethal Weapon 2, Roadhouse, Die Hard 2, and in this film early in 1991, and would work with Silver again later in the year on The Last Boy Scout. It would only work with Silver 3 more times during the 1990s, scoring both Lethal Weapon 3 and 4 in 1992 and 1998, and had his music replaced on both Assassins and Fair Game in 1995. The latter would feature Kamen's friend and jazz saxophonist David Sanborn, who worked on the 4 Lethal Weapon films with him.
That's crazy. Bruce Willis and Danny Aiello did their own singing in the film.
Interesting.
Yep.
Danny Aiello plays Tommy Fivetone. In The Godfather Part 2, Aiello's character, one of the Rosado brothers, attempts to murder Frankie Pentanglis, a.k.a. Frankie Five Angels.
Mm-hmm. One of Bruce Willis's idea for Hawk was to have a pet monkey named Little Eddie, who would be excited to see him again when he got out of prison. To cut out the time of the monkey's backstory, screenwriter Daniel Waters wrote in that someone put a hit out on the monkey and it was killed while Hawk was in prison, giving him something else to be angry about. There was a newspaper headline of the mafia shooting the monkey. Toward the end and the deleted fight scene, Kaplan James Coburn admits he killed the monkey, and Hawk slaps a picture of Little Eddie on Kaplan's forehead, saying, "Say hello to Little Eddie, mother effer," and throws him over the edge. That's why when Kaplan lands on the limo, if you look closely, he has a photo of a monkey on his forehead. Oh my gosh.
The musical tones of the electronic handcuffs that Hudson Hawk escaped from was the same sequence used as the ringtone for the phone of the comedic super spy Flint from the 1967 movie In Like Flint, played by James Coburn, who also starred in the movie.
Yep, I knew that. That was.
I didn't realize. I just didn't make the connection.
Soundtrack. Hudson Hawk theme song performed by Dr. John, written by Bruce Willis and Robert Kraft. And the Big Girls Don't Cry, written by Bob Crew and Bob Guido. Body Heat, performed by James Brown. Hail to the Chief, music by James Sanderson, arranged by Jerry Goldsmith. The Hokey Pokey, written by the Taft Baker. Mona Lisa, written by James Livingston and Ray Evans. The Name Game, written by Lincoln Chase and Shirley Ellis. Side by Side, written by Harry M. Woods. The Power, performed by Snap. Oh my gosh, that scene is...
And Sandra Bernhard.
It's so funny. And then Swinging on a Star, performed by Bing Crosby.
What's hilarious is most of these songs were performed by one of the actors in the movie.
Yeah, they're all singing. It's like a knockoff of a musical. And let's talk about the cast. First up, we have Bruce Willis. Bruce Willis, he's plays Eddie Hudson Hawk. He's in Blind Date, Die Hard, Moonlighting TV series, Look Who's Talking, Die Hard 2, Look Who's Talking to, The Bonfire of Vanities, The Last Boy Scout, The Player, Death Becomes Her, Striking Distance, Pulp Fiction, North, Die Hard with the Vengeance, 4 Rooms, 12 Monkeys, Last Man Standing, Beavis and Butthead Do America, The Fifth Element, The Jackal, Armageddon, Breakfast of Champions, and The Sixth Sense. Oh, man.
We have Danny Aiello as Tommy Five Tone. He's in The Godfather Part 2, The Pickup Artist, Moonstruck, Do the Right Thing, Harlem Nights, Jacob's Ladder, and Leon the Professional.
Then we have Andy MacDowell, who plays Andy Baragli.
Anna Bobani.
St. Elmo's Fire, The Player, Groundhog. Oh my gosh, Groundhog Day. I love that movie.
So good.
4 Weddings and a Funeral, Multiplicity, another great movie. Michael, Muppets from Space.
You have James Coburn, George Kaplan in The Muppet Movie, Young Guns 2, The Player, Sister Act 2, Maverick, Eraser, The Nutty Professor, and Payback.
We have Richard E. Grant, who plays Darwin Mayflower. He's a Warlock, L.A. Story, The Player, and Dracula.
We have Sandra Bernhard as Minerva Mayflower, and she's in Nice Dreams, Follow That Bird, Wrongfully Accused, and the Hercules TV series.
Bunny. Ball. Donald Burton, who plays Alfred, who's in The Message. And then we have Don Harvey.
Snickers. He's also on Creepshow 2, The Untouchables,
Die Hard 2, Tank Girl,
The Relic, and
The Thin Red Line, and Life. David Caruso, who plays Kit Kat. He's in First Blood, Twins, NYPD Blue, the TV series, Kiss of Death, and Jade. And next we have
Andrew Briniarski, Butterfinger, Necessary Roughness, Batman Returns, The Program, Street Fighter, and Any Given Sunday.
We have Lorraine Toussaint, who plays Almond Joy, Point of No Return, love that movie, Mother's Boy, Dangerous Minds, love that movie, and Black Dog. And of course, we have a cameo here, and this is
Frank Stallone. He's one of the Mario brothers, which I think is hilarious because there's multiple Nintendo references in this. Besides talking about Nintendo when he's leaving jail, they also reference these as the Mario brothers.
Frank Stallone, And let's talk about the press kit.
We got a nice cover here, just like the poster in the movies.
I love it. It's fantastic.
The picture of Bruce's Hudson Hawk there, and we got the TriStar Pictures pamphlet with the cast notes and synopsis about everything.
So great.
We got a nice little packet of pictures to go through, and we'll throw all this up on screen for you. We have the candy bars right here.
Oh, the candy bars.
Which their previous names were venereal diseases.
Imagine going a year as
chlamydia. We have Michael Lehman, the director.
There we go.
We have Bruce Willis posing in a candid shot for the movie. We have a little 3 square here of different sections of the movie, including whenever he's reassembling the crystal.
Very nice.
We have 3 different scenes during his burglaring. We have some of the Tommy Five Tone featured in this 3 square, some of them with Bruce Willis. We have Anna and Andy MacDowell featured in these 3 squares, 1 with the horse and 2 with Bruce Willis. We have 2 more buddy shots of Tommy and Eddie together in this 3 square. Oh, goodness. And the Mayflowers are a great element of this movie.
my
Here, we
gosh.
have them featured together. They were a ridiculous couple.
With Bunny.
Yeah, with Bunny.
With Bunny.
And here's 3 more of the Mayflowers here. One of them with when they have Eddie captured.
Oh
And
my
you can
gosh.
see we have TriStar Pictures, Hudson Hawk.
With Bunny in the background with Minerva.
Bunny Ball.
Bunny Ball. Oh my gosh.
We've said it almost as many times as they do in the movie.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. It's very true. Let's talk about this. Let's talk about this movie. This intro, it's so funny because it's this story that opens up.
It's confusing at the
It's
start.
very confusing.
Because you're like-
so I want to put this out there. Like, this movie is a wonderful disaster.
It is.
This movie is a wonderful disaster. It is. I mean, it is very different. It is a very different comedy style movie.
When I first watched it and I put that tape in, I thought I put the wrong movie in the way the movie starts.
Yes. And this is the intro where he's like, it's so funny because he's reading this thing. He opens it up and he's like, well, they're going to take you back and it's whatever, this story and whatever. And he's reading it and he's like, and it's like Leonardo da Vinci. And no, the guy riding the horse there is not Leonardo. Because they like kind of established this like old-timey Italian like countryside and there's a guy riding on a donkey and it's like, no, that guy is not Leonardo da Vinci. That just, rewatching that recently, I cackled.
It's hilarious.
It's hilarious because it's like
it's unnecessary narration, but it's funny.
A normal movie, it's like they're not gonna waste your time with showing you something that's completely useless.
But they do that a lot.
They did that a lot on here, and it's so funny. And of course, he's trying to make the story. The narration is telling you that Leonardo was he was told to make a statue of this, like he wanted to make this huge bronze statue of like if it was a horse, wasn't it? It was a horse, yeah.
Yes.
And so he was commissioned to do this, but then a war broke out, and so
Bronze was scarce.
became very scarce. So Leonardo, in his imagination and his inventing, he decided to try to create a machine that would make one metal into another.
I'm going to be an alchemist.
I'm gonna make an alchemist. So that's where we're transported into this laboratory, and he's in there and he's trying to basically turn lead into bronze is what he's trying to do. And it's just, he accidentally makes gold. He accidentally makes gold.
It almost panics him.
Yes, he's like, oh, I can't do this. And so that's where we start. We see the crystals. He takes because the machine blows up, it malfunctions. He makes bronze. He takes the crystal apart, and then they have all these little Easter eggs in there because he's walking and he's in his laboratory and you see all the inventions in the background. It's like the helicopter and the thing, or whatever. And you see that the unfinished portrait of the Mona Lisa, and they pan over to the woman who's sitting there, and she's sitting there, and she wakes up and then she smiles and you can see her messed up
Just
teeth.
mangled teeth.
It's so
And he
great.
sighs. He's like frustrated.
Oh my gosh. And then they immediately cut to present day, and it's Hudson Hawk. It's the Hawk. He's getting out of jail. And he's immediately he's not even out of jail yet. It's like, what is it? It's like the
Police officer named Gates.
Yeah, he's saying, hey man, I got a job for you. And he's like, all right, what's the job? He's like, we want you to, and he's like, Hudson thinks he's joking. He's
Right.
like, you guys literally just put me in jail for stealing stuff. And he's like, no, it'll be all right. And so he actually takes the keys from him and locks him in. Hudson takes the keys from him because he's that good of a burglar. He takes the keys from him. That's the joke. And he locks the guy behind him, and he takes the keys and throws them in the bucket. And this is where we meet Tommy Five Tone. He goes outside and he hears the car backfire, and Hawk drops. And he's on the ground, and Tommy Five Tone, because he thinks it's a gunshot, and Tommy's like, "Oh, I did the same thing, kissing the ground, freedom,
Tasting that freedom."
Oh my gosh!" And it's so funny, that lasting freedom. And during the drive, it's so funny because Tommy Five Tone's like, "Hey Hawk, what do you want to do? Statue of Liberty? No. Entertain some ladies? No. Broadway ticks? No. Seduce some women? No.
Play Nintendo?
No. Bone some chicks?" And Hawks replies,
What's Nintendo?
But what was funny to me is every other line there has to do with women.
Yes, except for Nintendo.
But it's like Statue of Liberty? No. Meet some women? No. Play Nintendo? No. Meet some women? No. It's so funny. And of course, he says, you know what? I just really want to get a cup of cappuccino. So he's like, yeah, let's go to this place. And it's like, oh, man, it's so funny because he wants to go to this old place that they used to go to. And when he gets there, it's completely gentrified.
Yeah, it used to be kind of almost a dive bar.
Yeah. And he's like, what happened to this place? And it's like, the guy's son is like, no, we upgraded because all these people came in, they got money, and they want these high-end things. He's like, I just want a cappuccino. And he goes to get the cappuccino, and of course, before he drinks it, oh my gosh, it gets shot out of his hand. And it's like, that to me, like, knowing all, like, seeing the beginning and how the narration or whatever, and then him getting out of jail and throwing the keys away and the shenanigan of him falling on the ground and of course the back and forth. But then when the gunshot in that bar and nobody is startled.
Yeah, nobody. You'd think it's somebody, especially because it's not a dive bar. It's supposed to be an upscale place.
He's shooting. It's like, dude, you just shot a cup in the middle of a crowded bar and nobody got injured and nobody turned around. And it's not that kind of bar where shooting just happens.
And it just happens to be the Mario Brothers that have done it.
It's so
the
funny.
Mario Brothers
it's like,
shooting.
Yeah, it's the funniest thing. And this is where we find the Mario Brothers. And Hawk and Tony, they're being told by the Mario Brothers to go do this heist. And it's like, this is the second time someone's asked me to do this heist. And it's like, what's going on here? So they go to this auction where this horse is, and it's made, of course, by Leonardo da Vinci. And, oh my gosh, they use a rope. They go to the top of the building, and they use a rope with a lifesaver attached to it. And they toss
the sound effects are ridiculous, too. All the sound effects are over the top.
And they, of course, they shimmy across this rope from one building to the other.
Doesn't he ask Tommy what the weight limit is?
Yes.
Quit screwing around. He says because he's like,
gosh.
he says something about him being fat or getting fat.
It's so funny. And then they're on these skateboards pushing themselves past the guards. The guards. Oh,
they're on their knees.
They're pushing themselves past the guards, and it's like.
Every way they do the heist is always some cheesy way of accomplishing it.
And so they get into the security room where all the tapes are, and he somehow figures out how to put the tapes on loop. He's like, we'll put the tapes on loop so we can go just rob the place. And it's like, while the security guys are watching, they like call one of the guards, and he like sits down in a chair, and they like startle him, and he breaks the chair
because he's a big guy.
He's a big guy, so like, oh, the chair's broken. And so they go do the heist, and they have the tapes in like a loop or whatever. They rewound it. And they're like, all right, how much time do we need? And it's like, oh, we got 5 minutes and 32 seconds. He calculates like we need like this much time to do this, and so it's 5 minutes and 32 seconds. And Hawk cracks. He's like, all right, so they start singing, and they singing on a star,
swinging on a star.
And he goes and he cracks the safe with his headset and the mic, and gets the horse statue. And while they're doing all this, the security guard notices that the chair. It's back to itself because it's on loop. The tape's on loop, and he's realizing it's like
they also see themselves walk by.
Yes, and he's like, "What's going on?" And so this whole chase thing happens, and they go to the roof, and they cut a hole. I think it's to the glass or whatever, and they end up escaping with the horse, and they go to the Mario Brothers.
As he's falling. That's what's cool about this, too, is the transition sometimes.
Yes!
They're almost confusing. Because as he's falling, he's getting ready to land on an awning.
Yes.
And all of a sudden, he falls back in a chair. And he's in the chair at the place to meet the Mario Brothers.
Which I thought was brilliant.
Which has also got the guy that first propositioned him, the Gates guy, that he locked him in jail. Yes.
And then there's a butler-looking fellow in there, and he's showing him the statue, and he breaks it. Over the head of Gates. Yes, and revealing that there's a piece of the crystal in there. So now it's like coming together. Okay, so we're trying to steal some of these Da Vinci things to get the crystal, and then
Gates is like he calls him some name. I think he calls him a limey bastard or something like that. And then he goes, "Where's my cut?" And all of a sudden, out of his sleeve, this like knife mechanism, and he slices his throat.
It's very comic book comedy. It's just so funny.
There's your cut. There's your cut. And he says, "Excuse my dry British humor."
Oh my gosh! And of course, the next day in the newspaper, they see that there was an attempted robbery.
Attempted robbery.
But nothing was taken, and it was stopped by security. So Hawk is like...
confused.
What is happening? So he goes the next day to the auction, and he sits down, and he's chatting up a lady, and he's like, yeah, you know, like... Look at this guy up here, the auctioneer. What do you have to be, like some like old fuddy-duddy or whatever? It's like what does he says? He says he has to be an expert to authenticate the horse statue, and she indicates that it's like not even real or a counterfeit or something. And it's she ends up getting up, and she's the person who is gonna detect if it's a counterfeit. So he kind of put his foot in his mouth, thinking like he was cracking at the auctioneer, but she's one of them.
It's the lady he decides to sit down next to.
And of course she says, no, this is authentic. It's not a counterfeit. And of course this is where we're introduced to the Mayflowers. And of course Darwin Mayflower shows up, and he bids $100 million on this horse.
They come very boisterous too. They're yelling and shouting.
Oh my gosh, it's so just over the top.
Then
his wife Minerva comes in as a $1,000,001, and he goes, "Oh, I was outbid by my wife."
I think he says, "My own wench."
Yes, my own wench is exactly what he says. Oh my gosh, and it's just because they're at the museum that he just stole this place, this artifact from this horse, and the security guard sees Hawk.
You also see, before everything goes down, all the candy bars in the audience too. There's just a bunch of people with a candy bar specifically in their breast pocket.
It's very obvious that they all have candy bars. It's like
he's looking confused around all this goings on.
There? So then the final auctioneer, the gavel, the horse, and Anna trips the guard. The auctioneer has a gavel, finalize a bid, and the podium, it explodes. I'm just like, why did this thing just
It's so confusing. The first time you watch it, you're like, what is happening?
What is happening? As Hawk is knocked out by the horse statue, it just swings in. There's like another horse statue, and then Hawk wakes up in an ambulance with the Mario Brothers over top of it.
It's almost like a horror movie at that part where he wakes up, you know what I mean?
He's like, what is happening? And of course, Hawk, it's just... They're talking to him. They're like, they're talking to him about the heist and about the whatever. And Hawk... He's not having any of it, but he's laying there on the gurney, and they're in the ambulance, and he grabs a tray.
Not just one.
It's a tray with like a holder of needles on it, and he smacks one of the Mario Brothers. But here's the thing about this tray with the needles on it: the needles are all facing point up.
And like you would never see that, but it's like he hits him with a whole tray of them in the face.
And it's on his face, and they all stick to his face, and it is the crazy. I remember watching this as a kid, going, "Oh my gosh, what is happening?" And of course,
they push the gurney out the ambulance,
yes, and he's holding on to the sheet, and so he's basically riding behind this ambulance on a gurney on a bridge in the middle of New York City. It is the craziest thing. And then, of course,
that's the coins that he throws.
Yes, the coins through the thing, and then he goes through, and as they're still chasing him, and they're trying to catch up to him, and one of the Mario Brothers is in the front, and the driver, and this part just they're retelling the same joke. The Mario brother who had the needle stuck in his face reappears between them. And he still has the needles, and he's like, "What's going on?" And they get frightened. They're like, "Oh my gosh, what's happening?" And they wreck the ambulance. And the ambulance, it doesn't just wreck, it explodes. It is annihilated. I'm like, what is happening? And Hawk is like, "Caesar? Anthony? Are you okay?"
And he does it in this like joke way where he doesn't care, but he's saying it like that to nobody.
Funny. And he, of course, the gurney slowly rolls up, and it's the candy bar people at the auction house, and that's when you learn that they're code names. And of course, Almond Joy says, "It's better than when we first started out. The old names were diseases. Do you know what it's like being called chlamydia for a year?"
And it turns out that they're CIA
They're
agents.
all CIA agents. They're all from the CIA. And it's like, and then, of course, this is where Hawk meets George Kaplan. And Hawk knows him. But he's like, "You're not going to recognize me because I
had a beard and a different nose.
I had a surgical." And it's like, and this is where he finds out that, like, he's got a job for him. And it's like, they drug him. And all these characters are just out there. They're just way out there. They drug him.
He falls into like a case, they seal it, and
they seal
ship
it,
him to Rome.
And he wakes up in Rome. This is how wild this is. He wakes up in Rome, and Hawk is picked up. He's picked up by Darwin Mayflower and taken to this office to meet Minerva. And they're giving him a job to steal Da Vinci's sketchbook, the Codex in the Vatican. And he's like, I don't think I'm going to do this. And Hawk, he kind of agrees to go kind of check it out.
Scope it out.
Yeah, and he's like, he's around, he's scoping it out, and there's this girl, this little girl with this elephant toy, and she's just like
bratty.
She's sticking out like a sword.
Oh, yeah. She's just banging this elephant off of everything.
Yep, and then he's like, all right. So he takes the elephant and throws it in the where the codex is, because he wants to test the security system, and it's
giant multi-cage thing comes down, and gas is filling the room,
and then Anna is there because he sees Anna there. She's doing a tour. And they flee into an area, and she takes him down into the underground part of the Vatican.
It's like a mail transit system
it's so
for the Vatican.
It's so funny because he's talking to her, and he's like, "All right, let's go have like coffee or something." So they meet they agree to have coffee, and she turns around because she works for the Vatican, and there's like a statue of Jesus on the cross, a crucifix, and she turns around to like. It looks like she's confessing. She's like, "Oh, Father, what should I do?"
It starts like flashing with light.
It's like a communication device for her. It's so out there. It is so out there. And of course, Hawk, he steals the codex by sliding. He agrees to go steal the codex. And he goes in. He has a list of stuff. He goes in and he's like, "I need this mirror.
Pocket
fisherman. I need like Crisco spray or something like that. I need like some mirrors." He's got a list. So they give him.
He pulls the big mirrors off the wall.
Yes. Yes.
He uses some kind of like foldable like clamps.
Yes.
That he puts on each side, and then
so
the Crisco.
It's part of the list because
they
ask what is this list? He's like, "This is what I need for the thing." Like, okay, we'll get it for you.
Isn't there a bunch of stamps?
There's a bunch of stamps.
Yes.
And the stamps don't have anything to do with anything. And one of the guys, I don't remember. I think it's Butterfingers. He immediately gives him the stamps.
He hits him in the face, or is he missing a tooth?
I got your stamps. Here's your stamps. Well, Hawk steals the codex, and he's in there, and he's doing all his stuff, his shenanigan stuff, and he uses the pocket fisherman. He hooks the thing, and he has the security guy come, and he sees that the glass is open, and he's like, "Oh my gosh, what's going?" And then he pulls it away, and this is where a chase ensues. The security guards are chasing him, and as he's running away, he ends up jumping like off the wall or something outside, and he lands on top of a truck.
I think, yeah, and off the truck
of chickens, and jumps from there and bounces off of that and lands
in another chair
in the seat where Anna is there
for
their date, and it's just so out there. It is so out there.
Just going back, because I was thinking the same thing about the stamps. Doesn't it end up getting mailed through the Vatican system to Anna's house?
I think that's what it is.
I think that's what the stamps are.
What it is.
You need enough stamps to mail it to her house.
Yes.
Because then it gets delivered there, and she's upset when she opens
that's exactly
it. You did it. You really did it.
Yep.
You stole it.
Yep, and he finds out. That's how she finds out that
I think she says you were here for X amount of time, and you did it. You stole it.
And he wants a cappuccino, so she fixes him a cappuccino, but when he drinks it, it's got ethyl chloride.
He said it tastes funny. She's probably, it's all the ethyl chloride.
And he gets knocked out.
Again, he's always getting knocked out into like a box or a suitcase or something to ship him to the next location.
And he wakes up to see Kaplan and the candy bars, and that's where they tell her that she's a nun. He's like, "You're in love with a nun," and he's like, "Oh man." And the Mayflowers meet Hawk and Kaplan, and they reveal that the Codex has another piece of. And this is something that was just completely off to me. It's a book, and like. The binder is maybe about as thick as my hand, but they somehow cut it open and reveal this giant gem it's in the wall of the codex. It's like, how did that thing fit?
Yeah, they just slash it open and it's inside of there.
Fit in this little tiny thing, which is comical to me. It's just so funny. And it's, of course, the last remaining part is in the Louvre, and it's like, all right, they reveal that he's not going to go do it. the candy bars went and did it. They went.
Yes, because he didn't. He
refused. He refused.
They just went in and like shot up the place
and he's
and
like,
took
well,
it. Basically.
because you didn't do it, the large body count is like you should have did it if you cared about the lies. And it's like, well, that's not really what I wanted to do. And of course, Hawk and Tommy fight. So they bring Tommy in to be his like helper, and they end up fighting. There's like this huge fight scene with the Mayflowers.
Do they fall off the building? They fall off
the building. It's like the 3rd floor. They fall off, and they're still alive.
They're just fighting on the sidewalk.
And they're rolling down the stairs, and then they I think he gets hit by a car or something.
And then an ambulance
comes up, and they get put in the ambulance, and it
drives onto a truck.
And they finds out it's the Vatican. It's all a ruse. It's all a ruse to get him out of there. It's the dumbest thing. And then, of course, Hawk and Tommy and Anna, they meet up thinking that they've escaped. And the Mayflowers and Kaplan, they are basically at the house. The candy bars and Kaplan are at the house. And they paralyze.
They use like a blow dart.
Like a blow dart. They paralyze Hudson Hawk and...
I actually think this is where he finds out she's a nun. I think it was at this part, not the earlier part.
Possibly, yes. And so
because Tommy's sitting there laughing.
Yes. He's sitting there laughing.
Because they're all paralyzed and he's laughing, but he can't move, but he's laughing.
And they're like, all right, it turns out they stole the helicopter because that's where the other piece was before. And the Snickers puts this like plunger bomb. It sticks
to the wall and it's got a bomb attached to it.
He's like, all right. He's like, all right. So we're gonna blow this place up, but you won't have enough time. By the time the paralysis wears off, you'll have like 3 seconds left or something like that before the bomb goes off. So the rest of the candy bars leave, and there's only like 2 of them left, and it's I forget the girl's name.
It's Almond Joy.
Almond Joy. There, she's there. It's Tommy. His stuff is wearing off faster, and so he trips one of them up. He drops the explosive. It like the gun
shoots
flies
it
onto his head. And it's stuck to his forehead.
They end up blowing the blow dart back into Almond Joy.
So Almond Joy is trying to blow dart them again, but Hudson he's got enough wiggle room that he gets up and blows on the end, and she gets herself inside her mouth.
Goes, this is what I get for darting a nun. She yells.
It's the dumbest thing. And of course, they get all their feeling back, and they jump out the window, and the whole apartment just blows up.
And there's the candy bars.
Oh my gosh,
some of them at least.
Some of them, yep. And they escape by blowing up, and it's the dumbest thing. And then of course, Anna is taken with the Mayflowers and Kaplan.
She's still a little drugged up.
So it's one of the side effects. So like it doesn't affect everybody this way, but apparently it can have side effects for some people.
I think she's leaning into it a little bit and playing aloof, like she is more messed up than she is too.
And she is just completely out of it.
She's like talking to herself and saying gibberish. And doesn't she say about talking to the dolphins?
Oh my gosh, it's something like that. It's talking.
I must do the thing.
Oh my gosh, it's so funny. It's the craziest thing. It's the craziest thing.
He says, and then Sandra Bernhardt's going, the dolphin is dead.
The dolphin is dead.
Because she wants the information. She's like, just tell me, you bitch. After she tells him the dolphin is dead.
It is insane. And this is where like she's there, and she's like kind of semi-sedated, and the Mayflowers leave, and they tell, is it Kit Kat? Kit Kat's the one who doesn't talk, right?
Yes.
Kit Kat's the one who doesn't talk. This is something that I just like, I didn't notice until I rewatched it at least recently. Because when they say take care of her, whatever, Kit Kat's a statue.
Yes.
He's a statue.
He always uses a note card to like relay his message.
He's a statue. I rewound it. He is literally standing there that entire time.
And then finally moves.
And then finally moves. It just blew my mind.
He's kind of secretly helpful too.
Yes.
Because like he like warns them about things and stuff instead of like helping them a full degree.
Yes. And I mean, one thing that we kind of skipped when Bruce Willis is abducted and taken to Rome for the first time, and he meets the Mayflowers. He is handcuffed with this like some kind of weird like toy thing that's got buttons and got the weird noises. While he's sitting there in the chair, this is a line that is said 3 times by the Mayflowers, and it's Bunny
Ball.
And this line, it's annoying until it isn't.
Until it's funny.
Until it's not. It's annoying until it's not. Because when they finally get Anna, and she's kind of like she's drugged, and they're going to basically kill her. And Kit Kat tries to, I guess, untie her and rescue her. He's like going to whatever, and they double cross the agent, is what it is. The Mayflowers double cross the agent. He dies, and all his note cards just everywhere. And then he picks one up and says, "I always liked you."
Oh my goodness. It's so ridiculous.
It's so
like, this is his death thing. This is his final note card.
It's so funny. And of course, the Mayflowers are basically killing all the rest of the agents. They're just like, and it's Butterfingers. He goes to check in.
Doesn't he call him Coach?
Yes.
I think they double-crossed us. There's blood coming out of him.
It's so ridiculous. And of course, they say the line again, Bunny Ball, because they're throwing the ball. Bunny's the dog. And it's like, they double-cross all the candy bars, and then Darwin and Mayflower and Alfred, the butler, trap Tommy in a limo. And it goes off a cliff and explodes, and that is
it
explodes. That is the end of Tommy. And of course, Hawk assembles the crystal, and it's before that when they're fighting, he's fighting the butler too, and he ends up cutting the butler's head off.
And this is probably the worst line in the movie.
This is so when they're doing the fighting, Hawk saves Anna, he rescues Anna, and then the butler comes in.
He's got those knives.
He's got those knife things because he used it earlier. And Anna says, "This is you. You're up."
Yeah.
And he's like, "Why am I up?" He's like, "This is you." And he's like, "All right, fine." And so when he's fighting the butler, she picks up a gun and shoots. And it shoots like an inch away from his arm. And he's like, "Stop trying to help me." And she's like, "Okay, whatever." And then she shoots again. And it almost he's like, "You need to seriously stop what you're doing." And he ends up cutting the butler's head off with his own sword.
He says about he won't be attending that hat convention.
Exactly.
It's the worst line in the movie.
It's the dumbest thing. But then, of course, the dog Bunny comes in. And Bruce Willis says, "Anna, you're up." And the dog immediately jumps on Anna and starts going for her neck. And she's on the ground. And it's attacking her. And Bruce Willis goes for the tennis ball machine, which is seen earlier, because they're always having these balls shoot out for Bunny to go grab. And Bruce Willis goes over to the ball machine, and I guess he cranks it up on high, and he says, "Bunny, ball." And the dog immediately turns him and snarls, and the ball comes flying at him. And this is one of the funniest things I've ever seen in a movie. The dog catches the ball,
tumbles right out
head over heels through the window, out the window, down into the ravine. It is one of the funniest things I've ever seen in a movie. It's so just over the top out there. And of course,
when he reassembles the crystal finally.
Yes, he reassembles the crystal. He's done under duress because they're like, "Well, we're gonna kill you if you don't do it."
But he does it quick.
He does it quick, and then he's like, Anna's like, "You shouldn't have done that." He's like, "Well, like, I didn't put this in. What do you think?
Would it be bad
if this?" And she
goes, "Yeah, real bad."
And of course, the machine goes haywire, and it sprays Minerva with bronze, killing her.
Making him. He made it work when Da Vinci couldn't.
Yes.
Yeah, she's just covered in bronze.
And then, of course, Darwin is electrocuted by the elements in the machinery, and Hawk fights out. But this is when he cuts the head off, and Anna and Hawk escape.
And the flying
machine, yes, and he flies, and they're flying, they land, and then the castle continues to blow up, and they're walking, and they're at this like little coffee shop, and this is the line too, is like, "Were you playing Nintendo with me? I can't think of anyone who I'm playing Nintendo with." And as they're walking up to the cafe, Tommy miraculously shows up, and he's not dead.
And they bring up about how like the car went over the cliff,
yes.
And he's like, "Airbags! Can you f***ing believe it?"
And they said the car was
the
on
explosion.
Fire. The explosion. He's like,
"Sprinkler system! Can you fucking believe
It
it?
is the most ridiculous thing. And of course, they sit down and Hawk finally gets the cappuccino. And then they do the close, tight shot with the, blurred background.
He tosses it back.
He finally gets his cappuccino and throws it over his shoulder. And it's the freeze frame. And it's just, it's so ridiculous.
It's ridiculous
It's so
from start to
ridiculous.
finish.
It's so ridiculous. I mean, I always just, would wonder, because they're in Da Vinci's workshop, I wonder what it would have been like to actually been in.
So many crazy things you have to see there.
Of course. Oh, Leonardo, bellissimo. You need to help me out, Leonardo. I have to impress my rich friends tonight. I need to impress them. I have a fancy party and I need to impress my rich friends.
I have what you need.
Oh,
I have many things.
Ooh, I like this. I like this. What is this?
I call it gun.
Gun.
Yes.
What's gun?
You use it on some and it make it gone.
Gone.
Yes.
Gone. I like
yes,
this.
gone.
I like this. I like this.
And then we have the fancy version, but you know red.
Oh, okay. I trust you. Leonardo. I trust you.
Yes.
Oh, I like
yes.
this. I like this.
Yes.
I like this.
Yes. Is you fly.
Fly.
You fly.
You fly.
Fly.
You fly. Oh, I like this.
Like bird.
Okay.
Yes,
okay,
yes.
Okay,
and we have,
okay.
and someday, but you're not ready.
Oh, okay.
You're not
I
ready
trust
for
you.
that.
I trust
Yes,
you,
yes.
Leonardo. I
This-
trust you. I
this
trust
better.
you. I trust you.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Yes. Oh, you see these?
This.
Oh, this. You talk.
I like this. I like this.
Yes. And,
I like
and
it.
then maybe someday, but not now. You're
Okay,
not
okay,
ready.
okay,
You're not
okay,
ready.
okay,
You're not
Leonardo.
ready.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
No. This is very nice.
I like
Oh,
this.
Yes.
I like this.
Yes.
I like
he
this.
He play
Ooh,
music.
He play music.
He play music.
Instrument.
No, you
No.
You know play.
Oh.
It play.
Okay.
It play for you music.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And then someday, but not today. You know ready.
What is this?
Oh, it's not. You're not ready.
I'm not ready
It's
for
not
this.
ready. It's no channel.
No?
No channel.
No.
It just make it a static.
What is the status?
It's the.
Oh, okay.
Zah.
Okay, I trust.
Yes.
Leonardo, I trust.
No.
I trust.
Yes. And then.
Oh, what is this? What is
I
this?
know. No.
What is this? This is a black mirror.
No,
It's a
no,
black mirror.
it's not mirror.
It's
You're
not a mirror.
You know ready.
Okay, I'm
you
not
know
ready for this. I trust, I
no,
trust.
No, you know ready. Maybe
Oh,
this.
what is this?
It's-
I like this, but what is it?
It's like sundial, but you wear. You wear. It's sundial you wear.
This is demonic?
No.
This is
no,
demonic? This is
no.
demonic?
Yes.
Oh, I like the little hand.
Yes.
Oh, I like it.
See, yes.
I like it.
You like.
I
You
like
like
this.
See,
I like
you
this.
ready. You like. See.
Oh, Leonardo, bellissimo.
Yes,
Thank you.
yes.
Oh,
yes.
thank you, Leonardo. Oh, you never
yeah,
disappoint me,
yeah.
Leonardo. Oh, thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Belly, mwah.
Mwah.
Mwah. Leonardo, mwah.
Yeah.
Mwah. Well, that was interesting. Let's talk about some of the props here. So, what do we got here?
We got the logo here, as always, by my wonderful wife, Amy. And we have the VHS tape, the DVD, the Blu-ray, and we have the Game Boy game
Hudson
this
Hawk
time,
Game Boy
which
game.
somebody tried to steal earlier.
It's the most valuable thing in your safe.
And then we have some stuff over here to check out. We have said safe, which is one of the cool props we have from this, from your little heist. It actually has working mechanisms and stuff. And we had the back taken off so that you can actually see the mechanism opening, and you can see through it when it was loaded with the wares that were being stolen. We have our the various versions of Da Vinci's creations, the one that people aren't ready for yet, and then the one that they get, the one that they're not ready for yet, and then the one that they get, the one that they're not ready for yet, and the one that they get.
People aren't ready for this.
He was satisfied with this one, though, wasn't
Yeah,
he?
he sure was.
It sure wasn't a mirror, but I mean that's what he thought it was.
That's what he thought it was,
Da Vinci, man, a little bit ahead of his time, that's for sure.
Oh, man. This movie, I remember watching this movie, and it was just, I had no idea what was going on.
It's everywhere. It's all over the place.
It was all over. But I just loved it so much because it was not like a normal grown-up movie. A
yeah.
movie like this you could see with like kids in it because it's like so over the top. But just seeing grown-ups acting silly and doing all these silly things,
It's almost cartoony.
and as a
so
kid,
ridiculous.
I didn't understand, of course, because there's a lot of adult humor in it, and I didn't understand a lot of the things. But it was something that I just really enjoyed, and I knew, even watching it as a kid, this was a terrible movie.
But you still enjoyed it.
But I still enjoyed it because it was so, to me, it was just fun. It was a weird comedy. It was weird humor. It was adults acting weird that were just like these professionals acting weird. And I just loved it. I loved it so much.
So over the top.
So over
everything.
the top. Yep, so over the top. And it was just my kind of funny, my kind of weird. And as an adult rewatching this, it makes it more weird because, like, man, this movie is terrible in so many aspects, but it's so wonderful
worth
in
watching.
so many aspects. So many lines in it that are again terrible. So many lines that are great.
And we know that. We're not
Yes,
we're not
we're
defending that they're not terrible.
defending
It's
it
still
at all.
enjoyable.
It's still
even
enjoyable.
Though.
I love all the Nintendo references in it, and they say Nintendo maybe 3 times in it or whatever. And I just
believe
love
so.
that. My favorite character, of course, is Hudson Hawk, without a doubt. It's just I loved him.
And I'm going to make a live change right here because typically I would, I had at first picked Hudson Hawk, and I'm going to switch to Tommy.
Okay, it's Tommy.
And it's going to be honestly just for his. Can you believe it?
Can
scene
you
at the end.
believe
Like
it?
it's so ridiculous.
Sprinklers,
when
airbags.
when he's laughing about the
Yes.
nun stuff.
So great. It's so great. It's so
I'm
great.
going to switch to Tommy because.
And my favorite actor, of course, is Bruce Willis.
And I'm gonna stick with Tommy
You're
and go
gonna stick
with
with
Danny.
Tommy. All right, that's totally fine, even though you're wrong. We want to thank you so much for watching another episode of a Now Our Future presentation. I'm Josh Sanchez, and this is
Carey Williams.
well, we don't just love 80s and 90s movies, we
We
live
live them.
them.